June 12th, 1852. Caught up in the hustle, I couldn't jot down a word yesterday to properly chronicle this saga. At the crack of dawn yesterday, just as we were rising to brew some coffee and steel ourselves for yet another day scouring for my comrade, a loud clatter of hooves broke the silence from afar. They halted at our encampment, and Martine introduced us to the commanding officer of Fort Laramie, the loftiest fellow I've ever laid eyes on. Sporting a luxurious mane of hair styled in such a way that waves of brown tresses cascaded past his ears, went by the name Jeffrey Smith, a commanding presence indeed. He took swift command of our predicament, flanked by his squad of 10 men. He divided us into parties of 4, assigning 2 or 3 privates and 6 or 7 of us travelers to each. He instructed us to disperse in various northerly directions. Martine proposed dispatching one group each way, north, south, east, and west. But Major Smith was quick to dismiss that idea. I reckon that dented Martine's pride somewhat, as he was seen sulking and booting at pebbles for a good 5 minutes afterwards. Nonetheless, Stephen and I ended up pairing with Major Smith and his corporal. Spending a day with Major Smith proved to be quite the experience. He let slip that Martine's nothing but a charlatan, hasn't got a lick of knowledge in the native languages, and hasn't tread the trail in over 5 years. Shared a wealth of tips on surviving out here, from hunting strategies, identifying healing herbs, to the right way to bartering with the natives. When I prodded him about his take on Michael's abduction and the reasons behind it, he shared a concerning piece of information. He believes that the Native Americans must have had a reason, seeing as Michael was the sole person taken and none of our goods were touched. Suggests there might be someone among us, a traitor, clued into everyone's sleeping quarters. The thought of one among us scheming for Michael's vanishing is beyond me. Nor can I fathom why the Native Americans would single out our friend. We spent the whole day in the saddle, with Stephen refining the verses of his poem, weaving together themes of friendship, mortality, and the elements. He's even set it to a melody. It's still a work in progress, but I've got the time and surplus of words tonight, so I'll scribble down a bit of it here. It goes something like this. Dust in the winds, all we are is dust in the wind. Or something like that. It resonates more deeply when sung than it might appear in writing. Come the hour of 2 p.m., fortune smiled upon us as we chanced upon a young redskin in a clearing, caught off guard before he could skulk away, terror plain in his eyes. Jeffrey Great gave him a right lashing, and the lad begrudgingly guided us to his teepee encampment a spell down yonder. Approaching the sight of Uncle Sam put the fear of God in them natives. The youngster leading the way broke down, bitter tears for his turncoat ways. By providence, the tribe was of a peaceful sort today, well aware of our reasons for visiting them. Their chief, signaling no quarrel, ushered us straight away to our compatriot Michael, who seemed none too distressed, what with being the center of attention among a bevy of tittering young maidens, and munching on a basket full of chokeberries. It turned out that nocturnal shearing hadn't sat well with the Indians, as it drove their buffalo to roam farther afield from good grazing lands. Intent on teaching him a lesson, they soon faced the lesson's impracticality due to our language barrier, leaving Michael oblivious to the cause of his unexpected stay. After a bit of parley, they offered their regrets. We gifted them a pound of tobacco as a gesture of goodwill, and Michael swore off his moonlit endeavors, and the natives vowed no further harm would come to any soul in our outfit. That afternoon, all us men resolved to spend another night at our makeshift camp, away from the women and children, as catching up by nightfall was a lost cause anyway. More than anything, though, for many among us, it was about relishing another evening in the exclusive company of the menfolk. Earlier that day, Major Smith sent a message back to Fort Laramie and had his personal chef from the fort come out to serve us a late dinner. Truly, he's a gentleman of the first order. We were treated to the most exquisite buffalo steaks, seasoned with a mix of herbs, spices, and salts that would make a monarch envious. And not just that, the Major generously offered wine from his private collection, imported from Europe no less. Tonight, though, finds us back with the women and children. Our caravan encamped right outside Fort Laramie. With the dawn, we set forth once more, traversing this vast country towards the Pacific's great expanse. It won't be long now till I must say goodbye to my dear Stephen, though.